Welcome to the Central Methodist University postgame report. I'm Tyler Whitten. I'm staying here alongside women's basketball head coach James Arnold, following tough loss to the hands of Mid-American Nazarene by a final score of 64-63. Coach, we'll get to the end of the game in a second, but I want to look at some positives first. So after a tough loss, if you guys bring that same energy and toughness here on out, you guys will be successful, yes?
Absolutely. Absolutely. We talked about that in the locker room. I thought that we showed a lot of resiliency, a lot of toughness, a lot of passion, and did a lot of really good things. And to fall up short, there's a number of things we could look at, but I thought we executed our game plan really well. And I thought that we showed the toughness that we need to compete at a national level to make a run in these last 6 games, to make a run in the playoffs, and maybe, hopefully, to try to make a run in the national tournament.
It was a tough loss. There were some questionable things there at the end, but what do you say to your team when you enter the locker room there afterwards?
Well, I think the focus needs to be that regardless of the controversy at the end, Mid-America did enough to win the game. We did almost enough to win the game. We've got the ball stripped from us with 30 seconds to go. Possession before that, we had the ball stripped from us as well, so that's about ball security, especially when the jump ball's in your favor. You've got to make sure, at least worst case scenario, you get a jump ball called. I thought defensively for the last 15 seconds on the clock, we really defended. I'm quite certain the shot that they got is not the shot they wanted, but you got to credit the kid for canning a big-time tough jumper. Mid-America was 28 for 28 from the free throw line. I'm not sure I've ever seen anything like that. That shows tremendous focus and shows a lot of why they're the top 10 team in the country and why they've won so many games on the road. And then also you look at opportunities where we had a 14-point lead and we went back-to-back possessions with a turnover or not getting the best shot we can. There's a lot we can learn from this, but there's a lot of positives we can take away from it. So basically we talked about how, look, this is a jumping point for us to finish these last 6 games and make a run in the playoffs, hopefully. And we show the same kind of passion and the same kind of toughness tonight, we'll be okay.
Yeah, there's a couple things on the stat line that you just pointed out that maybe if you look at those after the game without watching the game, you wonder, how were they even into it? 28 for 28 from the free throw line for them. You guys gave up 18 offensive rebounds. What were some of the things that you thought that you did good then to kind of counteract that?
Well, I thought that our athleticism at times can be really beneficial and bother teams. And I thought tonight when we went on our run, we were doing a really good job of defending and then pushing up the floor and attacking the basket under control. I know that Jasmine Poteet did an outstanding job of getting 2 or 3 really under control layups. Nakia Robinson had a big layup. I thought that defensively, honestly, in that big stretch, we held them without a field goal for the first 10-plus minutes of the second half, but we were dodging some bullets. They had some shots, really good looks that went in and out, a couple of really good looks that bounced off the rim, and so we needed to extend it when we had the chance. I just thought our ladies fought really hard tonight, showed a lot of toughness, and that's why we were able to combat some of the negatives on the stat sheets. Offensive rebounding, something that we have made as a calling card of ours, struggled on that tonight. They did an excellent job of keeping us off the glass, and we didn't get to the basket, get there as much as we should. I also thought that another area we really struggled is we had some big-time players scoring opportunities with Nakia, Raylan Nuss, and Gather Call had 1 field goal each. They did a great job of taking them away, and 1 more field goal from any 3 of those could have put us over the edge. But like I said, there's a lot to take away from it. There's a lot to learn from it, and it was a great ball game.
Yeah, talk about how a couple of your players had a little bit off nights, but they also did a good job of coming out and making sure, limiting the opportunities of Raylan Nuss and Brittany Joseph, too, as well, down low. Did you expect that coming in, or did you have to kind of adjust that during the game?
Yeah, Mid-Am's really well coached, and there's a reason that they have the record they do, and that they won the league last year, and that they're the favorite to win the league this year so far. And they made some really nice adjustments. I thought when they were down 14, they began to attack us, and they made some adjustments. We were able to slack off some of their post players and help inside, and they've got a great bench, and they were able to bring in a couple of forwards that can really shoot the ball, and a couple of those kids made some big baskets. And I thought they did a really good job on Brittany, keeping her off the offensive glass, but Brittany had a really nice game. I thought Tawana Sutton had an outstanding game for us. They really did a good job of taking Taylor, Ray, I thought Curls, Gather Cole, and Nakia, they did a nice job of taking their offense away from us. And we also had some open looks that I think we need to make. Quite honestly, we need to make some of those. And, a team shoots 28 from the free throw line. Even though we shoot a solid percentage, it just amplifies the 6 that we missed as well.
Coach, it's a tough loss at the end of the day, but going against a tough team like this and seeing where your energy and physical toughness needs to be, ultimately, when you look back at this game, is that what you hope to take out of it?
Sure, absolutely. I mean, there's no moral victories here. In fact, I'm emotionally and mentally and physically just exhausted. But that's the game. And when you're playing really good teams, you have to bring really good effort. I thought we brought really good effort. You have to bring outstanding execution. I thought our execution was pretty good. We have to bring an outstanding game plan. I thought our game plan was pretty good. But at the end of the day, it comes down to one or two little things. And regardless of at the end of the game situation, regardless if that happens or not, where a sixth kid may or may not have run onto the floor, whether it's reviewable or not, any of that debate, we're not there if we get a stop. We're not there if we make another free throw or two. We're not there if we hold on to the basketball and don't get it stripped. Mid-Am did enough to win the game, and we fell just short tonight, but I think there's some motivation there. And like you said, there's some things we can draw from this through the last part of the season and into the playoffs that we can really draw, and that's how we need to play, with that kind of passion and learn from those mistakes as well.
Thank you, Coach Arnold. Women's basketball team falls in a tough loss today, 64-65 to Mid-American Nazarene. Thank you for joining us here on the Central Methodist University postgame report. Remember to also follow us on Twitter at CMU Eagles. I'm Tyler Wynn.